Okay, so I'm gonna get started because I don't want to keep you guys all night. And Lindsay, I could totally have another 3-hour conversation with you. So I'll save that for another day. Anyways, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly Thompson. I founded Fit Revolution. That's my team. I have the best coaches. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know. I love this business. I love coaching. I love the people it's brought into my life, and it's been really fulfilling. So I hope that you guys see the potential in it, that it's not just a business. It really is relationships. I mean, that's the bottom line with all of this. So keep that in mind. Always think relationship first, business second, because when you do that, your business will just naturally fall into place. If you come into this with the mindset of selling, you will fail. This is not a sale, sell somebody a product and leave. This is in it for the long term. I always tell my challengers and coaches that you have me for life until you get rid of me, and that's on your choice. So I truly believe that. I've had people I've been working with for years and years. So think about that. Think about being in this for the long run, because people need that support, and they can't have somebody who's going to drop them in a month. This is a lifestyle change. For some people, it's a long-term journey. So I hope that you guys will be around to be that somebody for somebody. So, okay. With that, let me see here. Get my slides. Okay. Sorry, I was going through these earlier. Okay, so can everybody see this? Yes. Okay. All right. Hold on, just Jamie, can you mute people by chance? I just don't want to have the background noise. Okay, so today I'm just going to go over just an overview of coaching and the business. And if you have any questions during this whole thing, just either type them, and Jamie, can you ask them for me if you see them typed, because I can't see the comment section.
Yes, and I can't, it doesn't look like I can mute.
Okay, that's okay. If you guys have if you can mute yours, just so we don't have the background noise, that would be wonderful. Okay, so so I'm just going to go over just kind of the basics, because there's kind of a lot to this, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys and just have you want to blow your brains out at the end and never want to have anything to do with this again, because that could happen. So like I said, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them at any time. Or if you want me to go more in depth with something, I certainly can. Okay, so I want you guys to all have 4 specific goals in mind when it comes to this business. The first thing is I want you guys to be able to get your product paid for. Not only does this, take that financial part out of it, because it's always nice to be able to do something for free, but it really is kind of the foundation for getting started. If you can get your product paid for, then your business is starting to move in the right direction. The second is earning Success Starters. And what Success Starters is hitting Success Club for your first 3 months as a coach. And what that gets you is you get a call with the CEO of Beachbody, which is pretty fancy. And you get a free ticket to Summit, which is a $350 value. Summit is our national leadership conference we have in Nashville. It's an awesome, awesome time. It's a great time for everybody to get together and actually meet people, meet your team face to face and touch them. It's pretty awesome. You learn a lot from, top coaches. They have amazing speakers. And it's in Nashville, which is just a lot of fun, although it's ridiculously hot. So I died last year. Number 3 is achieving Emerald rank. That's going to be your first goal as you start your business, and we'll go over what that is. And gaining confidence as a coach. So that, is going to take some time, but that's where we're here to kind of help you. I want you guys to realize that this business is not something you come into and try to figure out on your own. We very much are a team environment. I think working together, not only do you get to learn from other people, everybody brings their own strengths to the table, and I am always learning from other coaches, whether they're new or old coaches. Every day I am learning something. So take advantage of that. I think when we work together, we're stronger. And plus, it's just a lot more fun. So, utilize your team. We're all in here to help each other and to encourage each other. So don't be afraid to be that encouragement to somebody. And if you have something that you feel you're good at or has been helpful to you, do not be afraid to share that with people, because like I said, we're always learning new stuff and always finding like new ways to do things. So don't hold back and don't think, well, I'm a new coach, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, share that stuff. We love it.
Real quick.
Okay. Yes.
Kristen had, she asked, does Success Club's Success Starters only apply to the first 3 months you're a coach? And yes, that's correct. It has to be within your first 3 months.
Yeah, and your first month as a coach can be, so like, let's say you signed up in the mid-December. It would start, your first month could start for December. So if you hit Success Club 5 for the month of December, that would count. Also, if you hit Success Club 5 for the month of January, it would count as your first month as well. Does that make sense? So you kind of have like a month and a half window for that first month, depending on when you signed up. Because I think even if you sign up like December 1st and you didn't hit Success Club for December, but you hit it for January, it would still count. Does that make sense? Okay. So what is Success Club? Success Club is basically like a point system that Beachbody came up with to kind of evaluate the progress of your business. That's all it is. I like to think of Success Club as kind of the Hope Givers Club, because really the point of it is to encourage you to reach out, invite, and help 3 people. That's all it is, just 3 people to hit Success Club 5. And to do that every month, always make it a goal to reach out and help 3 new people every month. So how do I reach Success Club? Well, there's kind of a multiple strategy approach to doing it. The first is social media. Like, you have to be willing to use social media. That is kind of our storefront. Gone are the times where you just use Facebook for the fun of it. Now I want you guys to look at Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media platform you use as a business approach. Thinking about your posts you're going to make, being intentional about your posts, and reaching out and building relationships with your audience. So your friends and your followers is very important, as well as reaching out and inviting. Thinking that you can make one post and sharing your link and just success will fall in your lap, it's not going to happen. You have to be consistent, and you need to be willing to reach out to people, because this is a very personal business, and people feel very vulnerable about it. So it's something that a lot of times you have to reach out to them for them to be open to it. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about Success Club, how to reach it in just a minute. But so what are Success Club leads? When you hit Success Club 5 and are an Emerald coach, which I'll go over in a minute, Beachbody will send you customers. You will not get the commission from these customers, but they will be your customers for life. So anything they order after they come to you is your commission. So how do you get these customers? Well, anybody who orders a product through the infomercial or on a website, not through a coach, Beachbody distributes to their coaches. So since being a coach, I've gotten over 500 customers from Beachbody. And I make the commission on anything they buy. You know, some don't buy anything and some buy, you know, something monthly. So it all depends, but it's very generous of them. A lot of companies don't do that. So, you know, it's nice. And I've got a couple coaches on my team who have been Beachbody customers that Beachbody sent to me. And I've built some amazing friendships through these random people that Beachbody sent me. So it really is just, it's a fun way to connect with new people. The other thing is Success Club leads. Is if you hit Success Club 10 and are an Emerald coach, then Beachbody will send you paying Shakeology customers. So anybody who buys Shakeology through an infomercial or through the website, not attached to a coach, Beachbody will send that lead to you and you will make the commission on that. So that's $30+ that you will make on that commission right away. So Beachbody just pretty much just sends you money for doing that. Success Club starter program, like I said, hitting Success Club for 3 months in a row, you get your free ticket to Summit, you get the call with the CEO. The other great thing about Success Club is it helps you build that residual income because people are on Shakeology, and every time they order Shakeology, that's a $30 commission. So imagine if you had three new people on Shakeology every month. The first month you're going to get $90. The second month you're going to get the $90 from those first 3 Shakeology customers. And if you add 3 more people, that's another $90. So that's $180 if you just reach out to 6 people right there, just in commission. Okay, so the compound effect of this is amazing. The other great thing about it is you can earn monthly prizes. So Beachbody always does monthly prizes. 1 month we got like the entire P90X series. So P90X, P90X2, and P90X3. Awesome. Just for hitting Success Club. You can also help pay for trips. So there's a cruise coming up in March and you can get that completely paid for by hitting Success Club. The next trip is, where is it, Jamie? It's Dominican Republic. You can get that completely paid for. It's like I think it's the Hard Rock Cafe or the Hard Rock Hotel in Dominican Republic. Like, beautiful. Get it completely paid for. So, and you can get extra spending cash as well. So it's a great goal to hit. And really it is the benchmark for your business. If you hit Success Club, your business is growing, and that means your residual income is growing. And that's what you want, because that's going to keep compounding over time, and will help keep you moving forward. Okay, so how do you reach Success Club? Like I said, it's a point system. So this is kind of how the points are broken down. So the first way is new customers who order Shakeology on Home Direct. So say you have somebody who's interested in Shakeology, if they get it on Home Direct, which is like the auto ship, not only does that, they get free shipping with that, but it'll get you 1 Success Club point. So let's see. The next way is 2 points for every challenge pack. So I'm sure a lot of you bought challenge packs because really it is the way to go, because it's such a saving. Like, if I bought all those things separately, even with my coach discount, I couldn't get it that cheap. So Beachbody did a really good job of bundling programs and Shakeology and on-demand and free shipping and free coach sign-up through this. I mean, it's a great deal. So it's silly not to go this route, because you literally have everything you need right there. So you get 2 points for that if you sell a challenge pack as a customer, Or if you sell a challenge pack with a coach sign up, 2 points for that. The one thing is you only get 2 points per customer. So say somebody buys a challenge pack in January, like cancels Shakeology for a couple months, and then like a new challenge pack or a new program comes out and they want to get Shakeology again, they want to get the new program and they want to buy the challenge pack again, you will not get another 2 points out of that person. So you only get it one time. Although if they do it in a time frame that's long enough, and I usually say like 3 months, you'll get Success Club points again for it. Like I've gotten multiple Success Club points from the same person. So, you know, just make sure like you got a couple months there. Let's see, like I said, new coaches. So if you sign up a new coach, and they order Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 1 point, and then 2 points if they sign up to be a coach and order a challenge pack, you'll get 2 points for that. In order to get the Success Club leads, you need at least 90 PV Home Direct or auto ship orders. So if you're on Shakeology, you don't need to worry about that. Or if you're taking, like, if you're on the supplements, the performance supplements, you can get those leads. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about hitting Emerald, and this, like I said, is going to be your first goal. Hitting Emerald is the first benchmark in this business, and this is when you start to get the team cycle bonus, and this is where your residual income really comes into play. So to kind of give you an idea of how important team cycle bonus is, each month I make a commission and I make a team cycle bonus. That makes up my paycheck. So I always hit Success Club 5, sometimes Success Club 10. So I will make commission. So I'll probably make $150 in commissions, maybe each month. The rest of my paycheck, which is like, it's a good paycheck, is all from team cycle bonus, from building a team of coaches that I am training and mentoring to build solid businesses themselves. So the importance of sponsoring and mentoring coaches for the long-term success of this business is very, very important. And I think it's the hardest thing for people to invite to because they don't have confidence in leading them, or, just don't want to be that person, whatever it is. But really, again, that's where the team environment comes in. Like, we're all here to help you, not only to teach you run a business, but to help you teach your coaches, help to teach you to teach your coaches to do the same thing. So what is Emerald? Emerald is when you sponsor 2 personally sponsored active coaches. So if you had 2 coach signups through a challenge pack, they would be active because they're on Shakeology, or they order something monthly. Even if they ordered a program every month, it would be enough to keep them active. You need to have one on your left leg and one on your right leg. Once you hit that, and you are, you have your profile picture, you have a before picture, you have your little bio filled out, and you are a, why am I blanking? A Team Beachbody. Yes, thank you. Beachbody Club member, which gives you the on-demand. Then you will hit Emerald. What are the perks? Why do you want to push for this goal? Like I said, you get that team cycle bonus. So I'm not going to go into depth in this because it is outlined in the training and it can get kind of confusing. But basically, team cycle bonus is anything people buy through you creates volume for you. So anything people buy through your coaches creates volume not only for their coach, but it creates volume for you as well. So the more successful your coaches are, the higher that team cycle bonus is going to be, and the more money you're going to make. So team cycle bonus, how do you get that? Well, you have to have 100 points volume on your left and you need to have 200 personal volume points on the right. So, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. You need to have a 1-to-2 ratio. Every time you hit that, for emeralds, it's a $14 cycle. So every time you have 100 on your left and 200 on your right, that's going to be one cycle. You'll get $14. For me, I cycle multiple times a day, like 200 times. So that really adds up. So 14 times 200, that's going to be your team cycle bonus that you're going to get plus your commission. So that's why thinking longevity and, reaching out, inviting and sponsoring and mentoring coaches so that they can be successful is important, because over time, you're not going to be like bringing in bank after like 3 months of doing this. It does take some time to build up, but if you're patient and you are consistent and you are taking action and doing the things you need to do to build your business, it pays off. It really does. Like, it will like blow your mind if you're willing to, push yourself and do it. You also get carryover volume. So, for example, how this is not a pyramid scheme is there are limits and ceilings on how much you can make at each rank. So let's say you're a 5-star coach and you drop rank to a 2-star coach, your paycheck will be decreased because you are not at this specific rank. But when you go up, that carryover volume, all that volume and that money you lost, you'll automatically gain back. So you won't actually ever lose it. I know some companies, like if you don't have a certain, you don't sell a certain amount or you don't hit a specific target, like they'll take that money away and you've lost it. Beachbody is very good. Like you hold on to it. So when you hit that next benchmark, all that volume that's been saved up, you'll get. So it's pretty awesome. And again, we have a whole section just on this, so it'll make a little more sense because it's probably like I'm talking French to you right now. Okay, so hitting emeralds, it'll also, like I said, make you eligible for customer leads and Success Club leads, like I talked about when hitting Success Club. One thing you guys should think about is the importance of signing up your coach. And I know this may seem like, I don't want to sign up my coach or my husband because I already feel like I'm, spending money on my Shakeology and I don't want to have like that other, having 2 Shakeologies and having 2 expenses. I get that. I was totally like that in the beginning. But then I remember talking to my coach and she was like, yeah, she's like, I understand, but she's like, really, like that now is just like a drop in the bucket. And now I am here to say, like, yes, that expense seemed like a lot in the beginning, but now it is just a drop in the bucket. Having your spouse will not only get you one step closer to reaching emeralds, but it can also act as your second business center. So I have my coaching business and I also run my husband's as my own. So I get my paycheck and I get his paycheck. So that's double income right there. Not only that, Beachbody sends my husband customers, so I get double the customers. So it may seem like a not good choice in the beginning. But really, if you have a goal of making this business work for you and being successful at it, I highly encourage you to consider signing up your spouse and making them one of your first coaches, because as you grow, that volume is going to grow and you want him to be at the top of that to really take advantage. Again, this probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it will the more you do this. The other thing about having your spouse is it's a coach you can control. So I can make my husband active or inactive depending on how many coaches I have on a certain side. And the other great thing is I can send customers through him as well. So not only do I still make the commission because it's all going to the same bank account for us, but I'm also creating volume on that leg. So it's double dipping, so to speak. So I get the commission from it, and then I get the volume, which will help me with my team cycle bonus. So you can really like take advantage of it. So I strongly suggest you think about it. As you grow this business, you will thank me for it. But right now you probably think I'm crazy. But you know, if you are in this to win it and really want to make it a go, really, really think about it. Yes.
We have a couple questions.
Yes.
So what's the difference between customer leads and Success Club leads?
Okay, so customer leads, like I said, are when you hit Success Club 5, you'll get customer leads. So anybody who has bought in a program through Beachbody, through their infomercial or through a website, not through a coach, like say Joe Schmo is watching TV at midnight and sees T25 and wants to order it, so he picks up his phone. I don't know if people still do that, but anyways, picks up the phone, like orders it. That, since he did not go through a coach, that he is going to be sent to a random coach. So let's say like I get Joe Schmo, like he shows up in my back office and I'm like, sweet, I got a new lead. He's mine. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to talk to him, and anything he buys from then on out, I'm going to make the commission on. Success Club leads, when you hit Success Club 10, they send you, Beachbody sends you Shakeology leads. So Joe Schmo's watching TV at midnight, decides he wants to give Shakeology a try. So he calls up or orders through the website. He's going to be sent to a coach, and that coach is going to make the $30 commission on it, and he's also going to have that customer for life. So if they decide to go Shakeology HD or Home Direct, you're going to get $30 every month from that customer. So imagine if you hit Success Club 10 every, months and months in a row, your Beachbody is going to be sending you customer after customer. And it's just like money in your pocket that you didn't have to do a thing for. So again, it adds up over time. Does that help? Okay. All right. So the importance of your list. This is your next step. This is how we're going to get you to Success Club. This is how we're going to help you get your product paid for, and this is how we're going to get you to Emerald. So you kind of need to do a brain dump. So really just sit down and write down all the people you know. Anybody. Go through your friends list. Think about family members. Think about people you work with. Put them all down on a list. You have to kind of think of this business as, let's say you opened like a coffee shop or a restaurant or a gym and you had no money to advertise. How would you reach out to people? You would probably go, hey, family, hey, friends, I have opened a coffee shop. I would love for you to come and try it out. Same thing with this. You need to get the word out of what you're doing and that you're there. Don't prejudge anybody. You never know who is going to make an amazing coach. You never know who is going to be a rock star challenger. And you never know who's going to be interested in the business. So don't hold anybody back. My dad's even doing it. And he has like the worst diet and doesn't exercise, but he's like, no, I want to give this a go. So you never know. Never know. These are not people that you're really looking to sell to at this point. And again, we're not about selling, we're about sharing. But just literally just putting people that you know, and we'll narrow it down from there. So how are we going to narrow down your list? Cold market list. Cold market is people that you really don't have a relationship with. So let's say you have like 1 billion friends on Facebook. You probably only have a good relationship with maybe 100, 200 of them. The rest, you don't you see them on there once in a while, but you really don't have any idea what's going on in their life, or they have no idea what's going on with your life. You don't really talk to them. That's your cold market list. Warm market list is people you have interaction with, but you don't have a really good relationship with. You kind of have an idea what's going on with them. They kind of have an idea what's going on with you, but you don't have that really close relationship. Hot market list, I like to think of people you would invite to your birthday or have over for dinner. These are people that you have a good, solid relationship with. There's that trust there. You know a lot about each other. And those are going to be the people that you're going to start reaching out to first, because you already have a relationship with them. So you don't need to do that step. And then lastly, your dream team list. This is going to be the list of people that you really want to work with. And I suggest you take some time and really think about this, because this is a business where you can handpick the people you work with. You're not thrown into going to a job where, like, I have had jobs where there have been people I don't care for. This is different. You can pick who you want to work with. You have that control over it. So really sit down and think about those coaches or those people that you want to work with, good friends, family members, people that you think would be a great coach, and these are people who already are kind of on a fitness journey. Maybe they're a fitness instructor. If you know anybody who's a fitness instructor, ding, 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 put that one on. Other people I look for that I think make great coaches are people who are really positive and uplifting on Facebook. I'm going to put them on my list. People who are going through a health and fitness transformation of their own, I'm going to put on my list. People who are active, who like to run. I have a lot of friends who are big runners. Those people always go on my list. And then the other thing I look for too is people who are really engaging on Facebook. We all have friends who are on Facebook quite a bit. And they're just, they always have interesting posts, or maybe they have a lot of engagement with those posts. Those are people I'm going to put on my list as well. And that list it's not like you're going to write it down and it's never going to change. Like, my list is changing constantly as I'm meeting new people and seeing potential in other people. I'm going to put them down on my list. So take the time and make your list and start narrowing it down. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about kind of the foundation of what we do as coaches, and that's our challenge group or accountability group system. So probably most of you are in a challenge group, so you have an idea of how they're run, but if you're not, basically it is a private Facebook group where we are just encouraging and motivating and helping people, get through their fitness program, helping them reach their goals. That's all it is. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be willing to be that positive force in somebody's life, be that encouragement, and make sure that they're showing up. I think that's really the missing piece for a lot of people when it comes to reaching their goals, weight loss, fitness, whatever it is. They just don't have that accountability. So when things get hard, they're just going to quit. That's kind of where we come in and say, no, you got this. And we're here to make sure that you reach your goals because we know how much it means to you. We're kind of that reminder for them. And we lead by example. We're showing up every day. We're getting our workouts in. We're eating, we're making healthier choices so that they are encouraged to do that as well. So there are 3 different types of challenges we run. The first one is free challenges, and this is a great way to build trust and really showcase what we do as a coach. And this different ways we can do this is 5-7-day clean eating challenges. So basically what I do is I will make a post and invite people who are looking to kind of get back on track with their eating. So I will post a meal plan in there for 5 or 7 days. Sometimes I do like a no sugar challenge where you try to cut out sugar. You can use, like, people do plank challenges because there's always like those 30-day plank challenge, 30-day squat challenge. Some people do that. Great. You can make it whatever you want. It can be a book club. I've done an online Bible study. Just go crazy. Like, whatever your passion is, do a free group for it, because it's a great way to meet new people. It's a great way to build relationships, and it's a great way to show, what you can really offer people without them having to commit to anything. We have plenty of scripts and ideas in our back offices or our team Dropboxes, so you don't have to try to come up with this stuff on your own. Like, we have scripts that will walk you through everything. It'll have the meal plan. It will have what you'll post. It'll have example personal page posts to advertise. We have it all. The next one is paid 5 and 10 day challenges. And what this is, it's just kind of a step above the free challenge. So our 5 and 10 day challenges are nutrition challenges, and they'll get a meal plan, and they'll also get 5 or 10 day supply of Shakeology. So we sell them packets of Shakeology from our own supply. We sell them to them for what they would buy it off the website if they could. So you still make your commission off of it. You're not like losing money on it. And it's just a way to kind of let people try Shakeology without committing to a 30-day supply. It gives them a feel for, if they like it, if it's something they want to continue with it, and hopefully they'll start getting results. We want people to start feeling good, getting their energy back, lose some weight, give them that little success, because that's going to be motivating for them to continue. And the purpose of these is, again, to showcase what you can offer them as a coach, to allow them to try something without committing to it, to give them that little success, and then hopefully get them interested either in coaching or joining one of your challenge groups, or like moving on to a fitness program, and really trying to push hard to reach their goals. And then the last one is 30-day challenges. Some people do 60-day. I used to do 60, 90-day. Now I do 30-day because it's just easier, and I think less intimidating for people. If somebody was like, do you want to join my 6-month challenge? You'd probably be like, I don't know, it's a long time. But 30 days, I'm like, I can do anything for a month, So like I said, it's a private Facebook group where you just have a bunch of people all working towards similar goals in a positive, uplifting, and motivating environment. And we really help them create healthy habits. So helping with meal planning, helping with prepping, giving them ideas to stay on track with their workouts, picking them up when they've fallen down or they feel like giving up. We're there every step of the way. And it's just, they're a fun group. Like, we do little mini challenges within, we give out prizes. And my goal with these challenges is I want people to walk out excited about working out, feeling good, getting that energy back, and, having solid, healthy habits that they can continue on with so that they can be successful outside of this group. And also, it's a great way to find new coaches, because you'll see some challengers are just natural coaches. And, if you see those coaches or see those challengers who are, picking other people up or sharing lots of ideas or, being very encouraging, those are always people I reach out to coach, because not only do they love the product, but they're already doing what we do. So it's just a natural fit. Okay, so back to your list and how to build relationships with the people on your list. This is our next step. So what is forming? Forming is abbreviation for family, occupation, recreation, and message. So basically, it's just having normal conversation with people, but we like to complicate it. So I think once I see a lot of times, like, people will sign up to coach and then they like completely freak out and don't know how to talk to people anymore in like a normal way. You have to remember that we are, like I said, relationships first, business second. People, if you're trying to sell people, they will smell it from a mile away and they will want to avoid you. Like, do not be that person. really take the time to get to know people, get to know their lives, get to know their goals, their struggles, just their life, and really try to make sure that you project that as well through your social media. You want people to really get a feel for who you are as a person, because that's a really easy way to build relationships with people indirectly. So don't just send out mass invites when you sign up to coach. I mean, how many of us have gotten those? Like, I get them all the time. And it's like very impersonal. Like, I haven't heard from this person like 8 years. And then all of a sudden they're like, do you want to buy Rodan and Fields or Rodan and Fields? I'm like, no. Because like, you haven't taken the, like, you don't know what's going on in my life. You don't. So I don't want to, like, that's just salesy to me. And, you know, I am kind of turned off by that. So that's what we don't want to do. We want to really take the time and get to know people before we invite them. So like I said, you don't want to invite people until you would invite them to your birthday party. If you feel like you have a relationship like that, or you know them enough, or if you ran into them out in town, you could have a conversation with them, then it's a great time to reach out to them. And the other thing is, when I go in to invite somebody, I really make sure that I'm not just like, you need to, you know, let's say you send out an invite and they're like, yeah, I'm interested. You don't want to immediately like try to sell them. Like, you need to get the 21-day fix, and you need to get this, and you need to do that. No, we want to take the time, slow down, and find out what their needs are. What are their struggles? Like, what are they doing right now? Where are they having a hard time? Where do they need help with? What are things they like to do? Once you find that and you get people talking and really opening up, and you will soon realize, like, people will really share a lot of deep, dark secrets with you. I'm not even kidding. I have learned a lot of things about a lot of people, and there is a lot of vulnerability out there. So you really are getting, like, building deep connections with these people, really, really deep. It's amazing, but you have to realize, like, you're kind of in that position now where people are going to be opening up to you, and you need to be really supportive of that. So really take the time to find out what their needs are, and then that's when you're going to try to find a solution to that. Finding, you know, really thinking about a program that would fit them. You know, if you have somebody who hates cardio, you're not going to try to suggest like Insanity to them, because they're going to hate that. So really taking the time to find out what they like, because you want to match people up with a program that they're going to like and that they're going to want to stick with. You don't want to just throw out whatever's on promotion, because if somebody's not going to like it, they're not going to do it, and they're going to hate you. So really take the time to find out their needs. Okay, so how do you use social media to do this? It's actually really simple. You just need to be consistent with it. So this is basically what I do. I am consistent about posting on Facebook. So every day I post 3 to 4 times a day. 3 of those posts are going to be just normal about me posts, my family, my kids, my horses, being a military spouse, whatever is going on in my life, parenting problems, you know, just my normal day-to-day glimpse into my life. This is who I am. And then one of those posts is going to be something about my business. So that's either going to be like a workout post. It's going to be a post about coaching, like how I like coaching and how coaching has affected my life. It could be about nutrition, maybe just a healthy recipe I found, or, you know, what I'm having for lunch, you know, things like that, because I want people to see that, yes, I've got all these other things, but this is like also health and fitness, and coaching is a part of my life. Doing that consistently is important because people are going to see it. You don't necessarily want to get engagement from it. You just want people to see it, so that when you go to reach out to them, it's not like a sucker punch where they're like, what? Like, you're inviting me to a challenge? Like, I thought you ate potato chips all day. Like, why would I want to join a challenge with you? Like, they're not going to take you seriously. But if they've seen consistently that that's just a part of your life and that you are helping people do that, they're going to be a lot more open and receptive to your invite, or they're even going to start coming to you and asking for help. And that's really what, eventually your goal is going to be, is having a solid social media presence where people are going to just come to you and ask for help or ask questions about what you do and how they can be a part of it. The other thing I do, so I have my social media that I'm very consistent with. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reaching out and building relationships with the people who I'm friends with. So ways I do that are liking people's posts. I'm going to comment on people's posts. Why do I do that? Because when I do that, my personal page is going to show up in their newsfeed. So they're going to start to see me every day. They're going to start building that relationship with me indirectly because they're seeing my face every day. They're kind of seeing what's going on in my life. And, if you think about it, if you have somebody who's showing up in your newsfeed every day, you kind of feel like you know them, even though you've never really talked to them. So that's why it's important. Once you kind of get a little more personal with people, you can start sending people just messages of friendship. Maybe they made a post about a trip they took and you've always been interested in going there. I'm going to message them and say, hey, how was your trip to Hawaii? Like, I've been thinking about going, but I don't know like a good hotel. Was the hotel you stayed at like really nice? Or maybe they posted a great meal and you're like, oh, can I get the recipe? Or, I had somebody message me about my hair. Like, where did I get my hair cut? Things like that, really just engaging with people. If it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, just sending out a message to say, hey, it's been a long time. How are you doing? Your goal is not to sell Beachbody to them. Your goal is just to show up in their life and try to add value to them in some way, shape, or form. Eventually, your business, Beachbody, your coaching or health and fitness will come up in the conversation because they've seen you. So once that kind of pops into the conversation, then that's an easy way for you to invite them. Maybe they're going to say like, I've been trying to lose weight, whatever it is. That is just a great way to kind of segue the conversation. The other thing too is you want to constantly be adding new people to your friends list too. You want to always be reaching out and getting to know new people as well. Because otherwise, let's say you have 50 friends, you can't invite your same 50 friends over and over and over again. They're going to hate you. Don't do that. You need to always constantly be meeting new people and forming with new people and bringing that cold market into your warm market, into your hot market. If you do that, you keep that momentum going, you're never going to run out of people. And you will hit Success Club consistently if you reach out to them. Okay, so inviting with confidence. You're not a salesman. If you try to sell this, you will fail. Do not, repeat, do not ever post your link on your personal page, in a post, in any comment, anywhere. The only place links should be shared is in a private message only. Number one rule, as soon as somebody sees a link attached to your name, they are going to ignore you. They will block you because it immediately screams sales, and people don't want that. So you're going to lose a large chunk of your audience right off the bat, and it takes a long time to recover from that. So do not do that. Do not say like, 21 Day Fix is on sale this month, and like plaster a picture of like some corporate image of like Autumn and like the 21 Day Fix and the price. Like, don't ever do that, because again, that screams sales. Like, look at your news feed. How many friends do you have that do that? You probably have a lot. and you probably just scroll right past them. Like you just don't even want to like look at it because it bothers you. You know, you're not on Facebook to be sold. We are not. So anytime I share anything about the business, I'm sharing it from my personal experience. And you really want to think of it as a blog post. So if you went to somebody's blog and they have a picture of them like working out and they're like, got my workout in today, that would be like the worst blog ever. Am I right? Like you would not be interested in it. Blogs they're telling stories. They're sharing feelings. That's what you want to create when you make these posts about coaching, about your fitness journey, you know, about the program you're doing. You really want to open up and share what it's doing for you, how it's making you feel, how it's changed you, where you were and how you are now, because that really resonates with people and it really builds connections with people. You know, having somebody say, like, I'm going to take like deployment, for example. Like I made a post about how I was just having a bad day and I was just like tired of doing it. Like I had said I had a bad day with the kids because this, and this happened. And, you know, the water pipe broke and, you know, I wanted to have like an adult tantrum and like lock myself in the bathroom and I was just done. And oh my gosh, the amount of feedback from that, because hundreds of other people have felt that way. And you automatically have that connection with people. That's what you want to make in your posts. You want to reach out and have a connection with somebody you don't know. You want to build, you know, relate to each other. So really think anytime you post anything to the business, like really think about it as a blog post and really share your feelings. And don't be afraid. You know, you don't want your life to be perceived as perfect on Facebook. Actually, the messier your life is, the better. I mean, a lot of what I share is just like, my life is crazy. You know, I've got kids do the craziest thing or, you know, whatever. That's very relatable to people. Being perfect is not relatable, and people aren't going to want to work with you because they don't think they can, you know, come up to your standards. So really just be real. Be very, very real with people. Okay. Like I said before, slow down and ask questions. Don't try to sell them a product right away. Like take the time and get to know them, find out what their struggles are, where they need help with, what they like to do, what are they currently doing for exercise, what has made them fail in the past, do they have any injuries, find out all these things. Maybe they are gluten-free. Like you need to find out all this stuff before you can really help, you know, solve their problem. When do I know the right time to invite somebody? Like I said, when you feel like you have a good relationship, you would invite them to your birthday party. The other thing I look for too, when I know it's time to invite somebody, is I'll look through all my posts. And if I have somebody who's liking or commenting on my posts pretty consistently, especially any of my fitness or nutrition related posts, I'm going to put them on my list because I know they're watching me. And, you know, they're not necessarily going to comment, but I know that I'm showing up in their life and they're probably liking my posts because it's something they're thinking about. The other thing too is looking for those people who are making posts about working out at the gym or, you know, working on their nutrition, all these things, you know, maybe making some kind of comment about wanting to lose weight or, you know, a great one for the business is, you know, if they're looking for a way to supplement their income, anything like that. Those are people I'm going to put down on my list. The other thing too is if you're having a conversation with somebody and health, fitness, goals, anything like that comes up, that's a great way to, you know, just throw it in there. Like, hey, you know, if you're looking for support and, you know, want some help with that, you know, it's what I do. It's what I love to do. And I'd love to help you, you know, through that. So easy in. And the key in any invite is the follow-up. And this is the scariest part for everybody, but it really is the most important. probably 9 times out of 10, every time I send out an invite, I'm not going to get like a yes right away. I'm going to have to follow up with them. So just because your message is ignored, or it's a not right now, or, whatever, don't take it personally. You just can't take it personally, because it really has nothing to do with you. And you will find that out if you are good with, taking the time to have a relationship with these people. But, a lot of times I'll send out messages and, it's ignored, and, I'll follow up in a couple of days, and I'll literally follow it up with like, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm going to follow up with the fear I have of why I don't want to follow up in the first place. I don't, a lot of people think you're bothering them. No. How many times have you gotten a message, read it, and then completely forgot to answer it? I do it all the time. That happens. Or you get busy and you forget about it. The majority of the time, that's the problem. So don't take it personally. Follow up with them. Say, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you, but I wanted to know if you thought about joining my challenge group, or, thought about what I said about, thinking about coaching, whatever it is. Take the time to do it, because that shows you really care. If you just send out a bunch of messages and never follow up, that's kind of salesy. It shows you don't care. But if you follow up, it means you're vested in that person and you really, truly want to help them. So keep that in mind. Anytime you have that fear, do not be afraid to follow up. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 follow-ups with people before they're like, yes, I want to do it. And just because they say no or not right now doesn't mean you need to take them off your list forever. I have my goal when I invite people is to really just plant the seed. So get them thinking about it. I'm not necessarily looking for a yes, but I just want them to think about it, because they have the invite, they kind of know what I'm doing, they're going to see my posts, and if they're not ready now, in a couple months, they probably are going to be ready. And they're either going to come to me, or when I go to invite them again, they're going to be interested and ready to do that. So keep that in mind. This is definitely like a crock pot business. This isn't microwave. So you got to think like long term, because like I said, this is a very personal thing for people. And they have to be ready. You don't want to push somebody into doing something when they're not ready, because then you're going to be pushing them through your challenge group and they're going to hate it and they're not going to want to do it. We don't want that. We want people to join our challenge groups or become a coach because they want to and they're ready, because then they're going to be willing to work for it. And it's not going to be like pushing a rope. We don't want that. We want people in it because they want to be in it. Okay, how to rock your power hour. This is really important. I think this is a lot of thing that people don't do. And I was totally one of those people. It took me like 2 years before I was like, I probably should have a business hour or something. So be a little more structured in my day. So what is a power hour? This is basically a time you set aside to work specifically on this business. It doesn't have to be one set chunk of time. So for me, my power hour is kind of split up throughout the day. I have a morning power hour, so I wake up a little bit early and work on my business then, because then I don't have the distraction of kids. And then I work on my business in the evening after the kids go to bed. I also work a little bit sometimes during the day when the kids are at school. This is just, it works for me. It's uninterrupted time. But it's really important. Your power hour could be 15 minutes. Your power hour could be 3 hours. Do what works for you, but being consistent with it is key. Sometimes people will have like 4 different power hours during the day, but it's going to be 15-minute increments. Do what you can, but be consistent with it. You don't have to put 8 hours in a day with this. If you do that, you should be like a 15-star diamond coach by now. But really, this business is about working it into the mom cracks of your day. If you don't have kids, working it into just the free time of your day. Because this business is about creating freedom. It's not about like bogging you down. We don't want that. We want this to be enjoyable for you. So really sit down and think about times that you can sit down and commit to this business, and, things that you should, so your power hour to-do list. So what should you be doing during these times? right now as a new coach, I want you should be plugging into your training. So taking a few minutes every day to, go through the training, watching a video, reading the post, doing the assignment for that day. Social media posts, like really thinking about what you're going to post on social media. It's a lot easier when you kind of plan it out and have an idea of what you want to post. The other thing you should be doing is reaching out and building relationships with people. Like I said, liking, commenting on other people's posts, meeting new people, so adding new people to your friends list, reading your personal development. I think this is really important too. So reading something uplifting and positive that is going to put you in the right mindset and help build that confidence. Getting your workout in is also important. You can't talk the talk without walking the walk. Like, you need to be showing people that you are doing this also, because that's going to build the trust with people. What else should you be doing? Reaching out and inviting people. Very, very important. Should be on your to-do list every single day. Plugging into your challenge group. If you have challengers, or if you are a challenger, showing up in that group and encouraging others in it. Those are all things you should be focused on. And I do have a Power Hour checklist in our training that will kind of walk you through it, and you can just check it off day by day by day. So, but really the key is consistency. You know what sets successful coaches apart from unsuccessful ones? It's seriously just consistency. It's not because someone has a six-pack. It's not because someone's like a beautiful blonde bombshell. It is nothing, because I am not any of those. I am not super outgoing. I do not have phenomenal posts. I do not have a million friends. I do not. But I am consistent with this business, and I am always reaching out and building relationships with people and adding value to people and being positive and encouraging to people. That's all this is. I just show up and do that every single day. Every day. That's all I do. And it, like I said, it doesn't need to take hours and hours and hours. Literally, like I invited this morning, took me like 10, 15 minutes. That's it. And then the rest of the time, I'm going to focus on my social media posts. I'm going to focus on my challenge groups. I'm going to focus on my coaches. I'm going to read my personal development. I'm going to get my workout in. That's it. That's all it is. Cat's out of the bag. If you thought it was something more exciting, I'm sorry. It's just consistency. Just like your workout. You have to think about this like a workout. If you exercise every once in a while and eat a good healthy meal once in a while, you're not going to get the results you want. You have to show up. You have to do your workout every day. You have to be committed to eating healthy. That's going to get you the results you want. The same with this business. I hope that analogy helps. Okay, so now I'm going to go into a little bit more into social media, because that is a large part of this. And I want you guys to be able to do it effectively, because really this is where I've built 95% of my business, through Facebook alone. Very rarely do I talk about it face-to-face with people. All through Facebook. Completely. So it's important. If you're a big Instagram user, take advantage of it. I do not use Instagram. I want to get into it, but I feel so old that it's like overwhelming to me. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. Twitter, I don't think people really use Twitter anymore, so I'd probably say don't go that direction, but do what works for you. I know a lot of successful coaches who have used Instagram to build their business. So do what you're comfortable with. So things to think about. You want to keep your page a positive place. You really want to stay away from controversial topics. So right now, probably don't want to be making a lot of posts about politics, gun control, terrorism, religion, things like that. You just want to stay away from it, because you're going to offend people one way or another. Someone's going to disagree with you. You don't want to do that. So there are things I have opinions on that sometimes I really just want to take to Facebook, but I'm not, because it's not going to help me. So my goal is always to be positive. There's a lot of negativity on Facebook, a lot of negativity on the news, a lot of negativity out in the world. People are tired of it. I'm tired of it. I want to be positive and uplifting and add value to people. People want that as well. If you do that, people want to become friends with you. They want to follow you. They want to be friends. You know, they are open and receptive to you. So really think about keeping your posts neutral. Stay out of things that could possibly offend, for, you know, people. Don't do rants or, you know, calling someone out. I hate when people call people out on Facebook. It's just so, I don't know. It hurts my feelings even if I'm not the person. Anyway, so don't do that. Even as simple like calling someone out for being a bad parker, like don't do that stuff, because you know, like I don't park perfect all the time, but when I see people calling people out for parking bad, like I'm kind of hurt by it. And even if it's not anything to do with me, but things like that, you have to think about that. Like people are going to be offended by that. So stay away from that. Be positive. Even if you have a lot going on in your life, try to have a positive spin on it. Okay. People love that. So do that. What should you post? So this is where you really need to think about your niche. So your niche is kind of your audience, who you relate to. For me, my niche is military wife, a mom, horses, animals. For a while, I felt like my niche was like animals working out. Like, I don't know, like people just thought of me when they saw any video of a dog working out and they would post it on my wall. So I kind of went with that. Legos, you know, football, that's kind of my niche right now. And then of course, like health and fitness is going to be one of your topics because that's something you need to talk about. So once you kind of find out your niche, how you connect with people, that's what you want to post about. So like I said, the majority of my posts are going to be about my niche. They're going to be about posts about me being a mom, posts about my horses, post about my dogs, post about Legos, post about football, my kids, you know, post about my kids, things like that, post about parenting. Those are things that I'm going to be talking a lot about because I have a big audience who relates to that. So I am building that connection with people. And then I'm going to make sure that I post about my health and fitness, about coaching and how it has impacted my life and how I'm doing it, how I'm fitting it into my life. Not trying to sell anybody. I'm just showing people how I'm getting it done. Because if they're seeing, you know, Kelly, I know she's got a deployed husband, you know, she's got 2 busy boys, you know, she does a lot of other stuff, but she still has time to get her workout in. If she can do that, I can do it. You know, that's what you want people to see. How many times a day should you post? If you are new to social media, if you don't post that much, you don't want to be like blowing up Facebook and the news feed with like 8 posts a day. No, you don't want to do that. And you also don't want to be blowing up Facebook with beach body posts because people are going to be turned off by that. You want to gradually work that stuff in. So if you are new to really being consistent on Facebook, post once a day for like a week. Then the next week, post 2 times a day. And again, like you don't want to make a beach body post every day. You want to gradually work those in. So the first week, don't even post anything about it. The second week, maybe throw a post about your workout. The third week, maybe post a workout one and a nutrition one. And then after that, like talk about how coaching has impacted you or how the challenge group you're in has impacted you or the results you're getting. Something like that. Again, in a way that is just sharing your story, relating to you, and making it that blog post, so to speak. As over time, then you really want to get into posting 3 to 4 times a day. And you really want to think about posting at your peak times. So this takes a little bit of just kind of research and going through and looking at trends to figure out when are you getting the most engagement. So a lot of moms, like our biggest engagement times are like in the morning, lunch, and like after dinner. That's when I get the most traffic. The most people liking my posts, the most people commenting. So I'm going to make sure I make my big type posts I want people to see, and those are the posts relating to fitness, nutrition, Beachbody during those peak times. So my highest traffic times are like Sunday night and Monday. Sunday night, people are back from doing whatever they're doing on the weekend. They're vegging out on the couch. They're scrolling through Facebook. I'm going to make a big post, either inviting to a challenge group, inviting to Coaching at a Glance, making a big post about how coaching has impacted my life, how my challenge group is doing, a challenge or success story, something like that. I will also do that like Monday morning as well if I didn't do it Sunday night, because I'm going to get the most engagement from those times. So really take the time now and kind of look through and see when those trends are, or even just think like, when are you on Facebook the most? Because that's probably where the times your niche is going to be on as well. So like Lindsay, for example, like she works full time, so she's going to have different peak hours than I do. Her peak hours may be like 10 o'clock at night, or like 5 in the morning. I don't know. So just really like take the time to figure out what those times are and kind of plan your posts. Lastly is like page versus personal page. I've built the majority of my business through personal page. It's just easier to build relationships with, and people see it. Like page is nice because you have the ability to run ads, which is great because you can reach a whole new market of people that you can't reach through your personal page. With your personal page, though, I strongly encourage you to make it public, because if it's personal, only your friends and family can see it. If it's public, let's say one of your friends or family liked or commented on one of your posts, all of their friends are going to see it. So that's opened up a whole new market of people. I know privacy is a thing people worry about. If that's something you worry about, then really think about what you want to post. Like if you don't want people to see your kids, just make sure you take a photo of the back of them, or like a hand, or, something so they're not seeing the face. Take the necessary precautions. Don't list where you're living. Don't list your phone number. Don't list like, I'm going to Starbucks coffee on Pioneer in Oak Harbor at 8 a.m. Like, don't be doing stuff like that. Keep some privacy. But, if you don't really open it up to the public, then you're going to have a hard time. So really think about that. If that makes you uncomfortable, then definitely consider a like page. The thing about the like page, though, it's really hard for it to show up in people's news feeds, because Facebook has kind of made it where you need to pay for stuff like that. So your posts won't get seen. And that's a big problem as well. So you're going to have to work hard on boosting posts and paying for ads for those posts to be seen. I encourage people to start on a personal page once they've kind of mastered that and have kind of run out of, their market, so to speak, and need to reach out to more people. Then I think it's time to go to a like page. And when you get to that point, we're more than happy to help you, guide you through that, because that's a lot to figure out too, to do it effectively. Okay, so posts that are interesting to others. Remember, this isn't about you. Whatever you post should be on your mind. So really, I try to think about, when I'm making a post, how I would speak to somebody if I was having coffee, like with a friend, how I would explain something to them. So, imagine you were sitting down with your friend and you're like, I feel I'm in a rut. I just have this last 20 pounds I just can't get rid of. I don't know what to do. You're pretty open and vulnerable with your friends. That's what you need to post about, exactly what you are saying to them, because you really want to make your post personal, like you're talking to one person. So really think about that when you're crafting those posts. And if you have a hard time with that, I was talking with a couple of my coaches this morning, and she's like, it literally takes me like 4 hours to like write like 3 sentences. I'm like, no, just, as you're thinking about things or as you're feeling things that you think other people relate to, write it down. Like I'm always writing things in a notebook, like little notes. So when I go to make a post, I have a really good idea of what I'm going to write about. It makes it so much easier. Where are you at in your life? How can you add value to this person? How can you turn your mess into a message? Here we go. Thanks. Chances are this person looks like you, is in the same situation as you, and your post is really going to speak to them. You will be surprised at what people relate to and, what people will respond to. So don't hold back. What do people love? What do people really find engaging? Pictures. Don't just post with text. Pictures. Make sure you have, love this word, make sure you have some selfies in there. You don't want to have all your posts be selfies because then we're just going to get tired of looking at your face. But you need to like show your face at least once a day, because that really builds a connection with people. If I'm seeing somebody's face every day, I'm going to feel like I really am getting to know that person indirectly. Pictures that relate to them, so that they can really get to know you, get to feel for who you are. Remember that people are loyal to people. So they have to feel like they know you. And selfies are a great way to do that. Don't go crazy like Kim Kardashian selfies, but just do like real life selfies. I do lots of selfies where I'm just looking a hot mess after my workout, but that's who I am, and the majority of people look like that. So don't be ashamed like it has to be perfect. No, be very real. Inspiration, text, and pictures. Adding text to your pictures. There's a lot of great free apps that you can do that with. Piccollage, Overly, Photify. Those are all really great free apps you can get on your phone. You can add some text to pictures to really make them pop and make them eye-catching. WordSwag, Studio Plus app, PicMonkey on your computer works great. I love that one, and it's free, and you can do a lot with it. Any pictures with black backgrounds and white letters of a quote. And don't just if you're going to share something, don't just share it. Share your thoughts and feelings about it and how it relates to you. Encouraging posts. You can never have too many encouraging posts. Famous people's quotes on a pic and are relatable to your thoughts that lift them up. Motivational stories, motivational videos. People love that. Inspirational videos with your thoughts. Again, don't just share something. Share your thoughts and how it has affected you. You don't want to share a 20-minute video. People aren't going to have time for that. But short videos are really great. Make your own videos. I think Facebook has a preference for videos. So, take videos of you working out. And, I think some of my favorite videos that I see of people are people working out and their kids are crawling on them. Or for me, which people love, is my dogs are always in my videos. I call them my video vixens because they're always in it. So they're in the background. They're in my face. They're stepping on me. I'm going to post videos like that because that's real life. That's how my workouts go. I can work out with a dog climbing over me. You have no excuse. They love to hear you edify your spouse, your children, other people. Sharing things that have helped you. And also asking for advice. This is a great way to engage with people. Super easy because people love to give advice, especially if you're a parent. Oh my gosh, I dare you tonight, make a post asking for advice about any parenting issue and you'll get 1 billion comments. I guarantee you. People love to, I love to, especially if it's potty training, the world is your oyster when it comes to stuff like that. Ask which outfit you should wear. This is something I have a hard time with, but actually people like love to comment on it. So it's still like, it cracks me up, but I hate like taking like, should I wear like this dress or this dress? And I'll make a post about that. I feel absolutely ridiculous doing it, but you'll get like 30 people who are like, you need to do this dress and you need to do that dress. Like people just love to tell you what to wear. Shoes, vacuums, horse feeds, boots. I made like a post about I needed a new pair of riding boots and got a lot of conversation going on that. And I figured out which boots I'm going to buy. Super easy. Didn't even have to do research. So it can help you out. Where to go on vacation, like, good restaurants, good movies, shoes, what look best with your outfit, what to do on date night, what to make for dinner, whatever. You can come up with something. I try to do some kind of engaging, asking for advice post a couple times a week to really just get people engaged in my posts. So lastly, it's time to get inviting. This is really the key right here, consistency and inviting, reaching out to people. If you aren't inviting, you don't have a business. Like I said, don't expect it to just fall into your lap. It's not going to happen. It's a vital behavior for a reason. So who's on your list could use one of your challenges, who could use your help, who could use the accountability, who could use the support, who could use the extra income. Who do you have a strong enough relationship with right now and know their needs and you can genuinely invite. Write their names down and construct an invite. We have lots of examples for you guys, and don't be afraid to ask us. We're always there to help you. So if you're unsure, send your invites to your personally sponsored coach, post it in the team page, and the more you do it, the more confident you'll become in it, and it won't be that bad. So I really want to build something awesome with you guys. I know a lot of you are probably kind of a little skeptical about how this all works, but I'm here to tell you, like, it can be done. You just need to be consistent with it. You need to be teachable. You need the help of your team. You need the support of your team. And really, you just need to be in this to be an encouragement to somebody. This business is amazing, not only for the financial part of it, but really the relationships you build with people, hands down is the best. So really think about that. And that is it. Does anybody have any questions? I don't think anybody else is here.
I think you can. I did have a question. I actually have the exact opposite of most people. I find the like page is actually easier for me to like write engaging posts on, and then the personal page, I guess, because it's like in my head, it's like it's my personal page. I can post whatever I want. Like I get, especially like if I cross post some of my stuff, I can definitely get more engaging posts because I'm writing more engaging posts on my like page. Mm-hmm. But how do I transition? Like without like all of a sudden being like, whoa, you're posting, whoa, way different stuff.
That's why you don't want to be like, oh my God, all she posts about is bio. Like you don't want to do that. Because if you're like, I'm a Beachbody coach, like first post, and it's like, this is what I'm eating for 21 Day Fix. This is what I'm doing for my 21 Day Fix workout. And all of a sudden you're like, nobody wants to look at you anymore. They're going to block you. We don't want that. Yeah. So, Lindsay, you're a little different because you're already a blogger. Like you already had this like ridiculous like page. Yeah. Like when you're like, oh, come check out my like page. And I was like, oh my crap, like, this is really good. And I know about this. Or like you have a blog and I was like reading through your blog. I'm like, this is some good stuff in here. Like you're good at that already. So if I were you and you have like a good engagement on your like page and you have a pretty good following on your like page, I would go there. But because you really have an idea of how it works. And I think that's a huge obstacle for people is like trying to figure out how a like page works and the ins and out of it. I mean, you know that already. So I would just kind of see where your most engagement is. And if it's your like page, if you feel like you have better flow with your like page, then start building your like page, start running, ads or boosting posts. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like I'll probably spend like maybe $30 a month on my like page, and I'll boost a post for like $5 for like a week. You can run ads to get more likes for your like page. You can do that pretty cheaply too, and you can just open yourself, up to a whole new market. So if that's more comfortable for you, definitely go that route.
Because I know a lot of the people I'm getting is definitely like in my hot group in my personal page,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm getting a lot of interest on the like page, but I'm not getting any like true engagement in the fact that I can't really get them to talk back to me. So like they'll like pictures and they'll like, stuff that's going on. But if I send them a message or whatever, I don't think I've gotten a single, besides somebody I already knew personally, I haven't gotten a single return, message like sending them out like, hey, thanks for liking my page, or thanks for liking my picture, anything like that. I can't seem to get any return.
Yeah. And I think that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good that you're doing that. Like you're already like 1 million steps ahead of a lot of people. So that's like, you've got the most of your battle behind you. So what I like to do is people who like my personal page, I'll try to become friends with them if I can, send them a friend request and bring them over to my personal page, because I get more interaction there. So then they can really get a feel for who I am as a person. And then I can really get a feel for who they are. You just have a closer connection with people that way. And then I kind of keep my like page more as a blog, so to speak, like, so more informational, more geared towards health and fitness and tips and recipes. And, I'll share a little bit about my personal life in there as well, because I want to, start to relate to my audience. But it's really more like, if people come to that page, like I want them to see, like, get something from it, like be helpful for them. Whereas my personal page is more just my everyday life. And I will throw some health and fitness posts in there as well, but the majority of it is just my life.
Okay,
I would normally post on Facebook. Yeah. So like pictures of my horse and the kids and things like that, yeah. So that's what I would do for you, is just try to bring those people over to your personal page. But yeah, like definitely keep like sending out those messages to people who like your photos, new people who like your page. Because eventually, if you keep doing that, that momentum is going to build up. Right now you're like pumping the well. It takes, if you're pumping, a well, like a hand pump, like you're not just going to like pump it once and like a flow of water is going to come out. You have to pump it and pump it and pump it before you get that trickle, and then pretty soon you have that flow. So being consistent is like pumping that well. If you do it over time, people are going to start to be more interested in what you are doing, more interested in your challenges, and wanting to be a part of that, because they've seen your journey and they're relating to you, and they're like, well, if she can do it, I can do it, or I want to be a part of that, or I want to get those results, or I want to feel like that. That's what we want. That's why posting on social media is so very important. Does that make sense?
Is it okay to like cross post something from because I've noticed that, like, I obviously have my fitness like page. If I take something I post there and I post it on my personal page, I actually get like crazy engagement on those.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's taboo somehow.
No, because I do that too. I do like scroll through my personal page, I do that. I try to do that at least like every other day, just to kind of, because I want people to come over to my like page as well. But then I also want to share stuff, like maybe I had a really good post I liked on my like page, so I'm going to just share that so people see that I have a like page and that I really am like trying to help people, sharing tips and stuff like that. So I'll do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And like a lot of top coaches do, like that is totally normal. So again, the fact that you're doing that is good.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's all my
what you're doing is great. You're
Thank
good. Yeah, you're social. You're like good. That's why. Yeah, that blog thing. Like, I was like, where has she been hiding this stuff? Like, you need to share this. That's why I was like, you need to be a part of this group and you need to share this in that group because people like that's adding serious value to people. You know, that's what so great about you is because you can add value to people in so many different ways. Like, and that's really what you have to think about too. You don't want to just add value when it comes to Beachbody. You want to add value to people's life in many different ways. You know, and just really thinking of how you can help people, not just in health and fitness, but in, you know, whatever area. Like maybe, you know, you have a great marriage or you have some great ideas that have helped you through a troubled marriage or whatever. You know, share that stuff with people.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have anything? Nothing? Okay. So this is recorded, so I'm going to have this in our page as well, but I really encourage you to take the time and go through the training. Like we have it set up so you can go through it at your own pace and kind of click on things that are going to fit with you at the time, but really take the time and just really, you know, we want you to think of this as a long-term business. Like we want you to see yourself a year, 2 years, 5 years from now. Because I guarantee you, if you're consistent, you know, you're taking actions and doing the things we're teaching you, you will have success with this. Jamie, do you have anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, I don't want to keep people any longer. It's already ran over.
Hey, if you guys have any questions, just ask them in our green room group.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're here if you ever need any help. So there are no stupid questions. There are not so silly questions. You can ask us the same thing a million times and we will still answer it for you. So don't be afraid. I know it takes a long time for things to like really like sink in and you grasp it. So if you feel overwhelmed, that's normal. It will go away. So, and you will understand it. I promise you. All right. Have a good night, guys.